Hi, welcome to the American Road Trip. I'm Howard and we're going to be talking about the Chevrolet SS. The American Road Trip is brought to you by WEBPRO Video Productions. Here's a real quick 30-second video, then it's on to the show. Hi everybody. Today we're going to be talking about the Chevrolet SS. The Chevrolet SS came out in 2014 and now has a 2017 model. The thing about this car, it's equipped with an LS3 V8 motor. It's a rebadged import from General Motors' Australian company, Holden. The 2004 Pontiac GTO came from Holden, and the Pontiac G8 followed. Then came the Commodore, which was the Chevrolet SS in the US. It shares some of the same architecture as the previous Camaro, including the 6.2 LS3 with 415 horsepower and 415 pounds of torque. Its fuel mileage is 14 miles per gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. It also comes with the option of 6-speed manual or a 6-speed automatic. 415 horsepower in a sedan, a sports sedan. Now, is this unheard of? No. European cars have been doing this for years. They've been creating sports sedans with all kinds of horsepower. Now they arrive at it in different ways. Sometimes they're V8s and sometimes they're turbocharged cars. That being said, this is a normally aspirated LS3 V8 putting out all kinds of power. Now the same motor is used in other Chevrolet cars with a few more horsepower, even 450 horsepower and some other cars. But 415 is pretty nice for an American sports sedan. It is the only manually equipped sedan sports car available in its class. That is a big deal to a lot of sports sedan purists. The Chevrolet SS is also used in NASCAR since 2014. It replaced the Chevy Impala SS, and it has won 3 out of 4 championships. Drivers of the SS include Jeff Gordon, Dale Earnhardt Jr., Austin Dillon, Ryan Newman, and many others. And it's a sharp car. It's a nice looking car. I think it's even better looking than the Impala SS. When it came out, it really kind of changed the scope of what NASCAR does as far as aero packages and the rules and such, and it was very successful. Concerning the performance of the SS, it has a balanced chassis, tactical steering, and lateral grip of .97. With the manual transmission, speeds to 60 miles per hour was achieved in 4.6 seconds, and the quarter mile in 13 seconds at 111 miles per hour. The Brembo brake stops the SS from 70 miles per hour in 159 feet. Performance-wise, it does very well. It's one of those things like, well, why don't they sell more? How come they don't sell more of these cars? It's a good car for a performance-oriented kind of person who wants a car like this. There's been criticisms like there always is. Is it a sports car or is it a luxury car? Can it compete on the luxury side of it? Well, probably the European side with the Mercedes and the BMWs, they've got that market pretty much cornered. They do very well. Does this car compete in that side? Not necessarily. However, what it does have is the fun factor and the American factor, saying, oh, really, an American sports car that can run with these other guys that are the head of their class? Well, guess what? This car has now come to the head of the class. In 2014, An automatic-equipped SS beat the Dodge Charger SRT8 392 in a comparison test. In 2015, a manual trans was available at no extra cost, and the driver adaptive dampers were standard. In 2016, the fascia was revised with LED running lights, functional hood vents, and 19-inch aluminum wheels with less of a chrome look. It sounds good too, with a dual-mode exhaust system that is loud on startup and has a lumpy idle. With a push on the throttle, it lets everyone know around you that the SS is something special. The 2017 is the last model year of this car. The Holden Commodore is going away. GM is shutting that down, and so the Chevrolet SS is going to go away. And now for the bad news. General Motors confirmed it is shutting down its Australian arm, and Holden would cease production in 2017. GM's Australian division may not be giving up on a large rear-wheel drive V8 sedan, according to an interview with Camero chief engineer Al Hoppenheiser in Australia's Motoring. Rumors are the replacement for the SS could be based on the Alpha platform, which is currently the Chevrolet Camaro, Cadillac ATS, and Cadillac CTS. Hoppenheiser did not confirm this. It seems to me that GM does that. They'll have a great car that does very well, that competes very well, and then it goes away. For example, the 96 Impala SS was a V8 twin-port injected motor. For the time, 260 horsepower was a lot for a full-size sedan. That car cranked it out. It just stomped on its competition, and then they got rid of it. It ran, I think, maybe 4 years. Same thing with this car. It's interesting to see how a good American performance car comes around but just doesn't do very well. Maybe it's the marketing. Now, this car, I think they've done better marketing it than they did with the Pontiac GTO in 2004 and the G8, which were also on the same platform. And this one is bigger and badder and better, and yet it didn't have too much of a run on it, although what it did do is, I believe, was successful. So for 2018, what will NASCAR do? The previous car was the Impala SS. They could use this nameplate again, or does Chevy have something in the wings? Is it possible that they do? Sure, the Chevrolet SS, it was also a bit of a surprise. It'd just be nice if GM or Chevrolet, they can create a car that is going to stick around a while that has those numbers. So how is this car as a road trip car? I believe it would be an excellent road trip car. The problem is so many Americans don't know because they've sold so few. The same fate was of the Pontiac GTO and G8. It has 3 drive modes: Tour, Sport, and Track. It tested well on mountain roads, open roads, and the track. This car, like its predecessors, is one of the most underrated sports sedans in America. Well, thanks for joining me on American Road Trip. We'll head down the road and see you again soon.